And then we'll just wait for Nick to give us the final presentation slides, and I'll upload those.
Okay.
Dr. AR, the augmented reality doctor, is in the house.
Excellent.
Hi, Amanda.
Let me go. We got our chats. Hello, everybody.
Chris, you should also probably join on your phone if we're going to show off the apps today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hi, Michael. Doctor of Cardiology. Oh, I've had more than enough hot doctors in my life. From London. Welcome from London. Happy to see you here.
Okay, the presentation is ready for upload.
All right, let me download it here. This is without the... Wait, didn't you have a... No, we don't have that one. This is 27 slides, so okay, this will do. File, save. We still have time, so this is not an issue. File, save as a PDF. Save. And then to share this one. Can you guys see that full screen?
Yeah.
Great. Oh, it is 10:30. We always start at 5 minutes after.
Yeah, just let people trickle in.
We had 53 people registered today, or thereabouts. So we have got quite a few people that are still coming. Oh, this is interesting.
Guys were, did you, I guess our last Crypto Mag advertisement that went out, the 2-page spread, was that posted in our one finalizing group? I think Bijo and Nick didn't have that one.
The one that was published in Magazine 2?
Yeah, the latest one. I think we used the same advert, right? We ran the same advert as the last month's.
If they decided to run the same advert, then yeah, it's posted in finalizing.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's the exact same one that I sent over to the CMC team.
Okay. That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure they should have had access to it, but that's all good. I don't think we got that slide in today, but we can talk about it. Surprisingly low number. Yeah, 50, 60 people. We definitely should have more. We're going to start advertising this AMA to really get it up there. I think.
Well, we're switching providers here shortly. So once we switch providers, then we'll be able to advertise more. It's just that we don't advertise the AMA that much, so we don't get a lot of registrations. So normally it's just people that are loyal and, you know, have been following SoMee for a while. But we always put this up on our YouTube channel, so it's not like anybody's missing out on anything. I'm just scrolling up through finalizing to find out where we put that ad. Because if anything, I can just show it. Oh, why am I going through finalizing? I can just see it in CMC. It's far less items in CMC than there is in finalizing. This is what happens when you don't have sleep in 36 hours.
I know. And that's I mean, the fact that you guys pulled off all that infrastructure upgrade last night is amazing.
It was a long upgrade.
That was till 5 a.m., right?
Yeah, it was a long upgrade. We just finished all the testing and we didn't find any major issues on the service, so we had to update the content security policy a bit. But other than
Yeah.
that, we didn't find any
For
issues.
everybody listening, Philip and the DevOps team upgraded our entire EKS infrastructure last night. And we wanted to get that done because the development team found that the mobile apps were, when we were pointing them to our development server, when we repointed those to production, it wasn't working the proper way. Right? Is that right, Philip? It was kind of like going down. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It
so
needs.
the production server always lags behind the latest development. So whenever we were trying to make the new iOS and Android apps talk to the production server, they didn't have the updated endpoints. And we couldn't publish the updated endpoints because our stage server was newer than the production servers. So we had to upgrade production environment to match the stage environment, and that was a lot of work.
Yeah, it's just, there's always with a big project and all the technology and moving pieces, there's always different dependencies. And this is sometimes or many times why last minute we didn't realize that we needed to do this. But hats off to Philip and the DevOps team who got it done. And so we can get our mobile apps published, and pointed towards our production. So we're excited.
All right, so we will start in about 1 more minute. And while we're waiting, I'm just going to add the slide here. I'm pretty sure we all want to see this nice little slide. I'll put it in the center and I'll make the background black to make it match the rest of it. And then we'll be able to see that during the presentation. How's that sound?
Perfect.
All right. So that slide is created. I put it right after the marketing update slide. So it's like slide number 7.
Cool.
All right. So let me see what we are doing here for number of people. Vigor, it's the same link. Just go to the link and click join. Not difficult. All right, so what do we have here? We've got, oh, at least half of the people that registered are here. So let's go ahead and just get started. We won't lock the room so everybody can still come in here. But welcome to our special AMA. Now, technically, this is the July AMA. We did push it off 2 weeks because we have a lot of updates to cover during this AMA. So we're holding this one on today, and we're actually pushing August's AMA from the end of the month to the very next Saturday. So it's to September 3rd. And that's going to be a special announcement where we announce a new team member as well. So you don't want to miss that one. So, these next 2 AMAs will be fairly close together, but we have a lot to cover during that time frame. So on this one, we are going to be covering some investment news. We'll be covering marketing updates, the new Android and iOS apps, the development updates, new staff members, some partnership announcements. Boy, we have a lot to cover on this one. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah. Tons of updates. Super excited. That's why we had to push it off a little bit from last month just to get everything ready. And we have some big updates for you guys.
So this is our agenda that we're going to be covering today. If you're familiar with our AMAs, you'll probably notice we have quite a few new things here. So we've got our project update, our investment news, marketing updates, apps, community standards, partnerships, influencer program, influencer approval stuff, new staff, and then you can ask us whatever the heck you want. Lots of stuff to cover today. So we're going to go to the next slide here. We wanted to put this in here because, we always want to make sure that everybody knows what SoMee is. Social media isn't social. Well, it is, but it's more personal than it is social. And it's your voice, it's your content, it's your platform to be creative, to be you. And that's one thing that's kind of missing in social media these days. And so SoMee gives you that equal voice that everybody else has, which is what we really like. And so you can earn from your posts and likes, you earn with your own data, you have enhanced security and privacy because we don't share your data, and you got built-in security. I mean, we're Nazis when it comes to security.
And through the blockchain, obviously,
Yeah.
it's built in with the blockchain. We don't hold your private keys. And once we release the ad share marketplace, then people will be able to even further that use of the blockchain for their private points that they choose to share if they want to with brands. So it's all built for you guys.
And so that is SoMee in a nutshell. And throughout this presentation today, guys, if you have questions, please ask them in the Q&A section of our presentation. And at the end of the AMA session, we'll be answering all of those questions that come up. Let's go ahead and continue on to the project update. So this last month and a half has been incredibly busy. Everything from infrastructure upgrades to back-end upgrades to DevOps and SecOps and InfoOps. And God, we're just throwing in so many ops in here to make everything automated and cleaner and faster for everybody. In fact, if you guys went to SoMee.social today after the long night Raj and I had, you'll probably notice that SoMe's loading quite a bit faster than what you guys were anticipating. In fact, we saw a 35% decrease in loading times. It was loading at about 687 milliseconds before the upgrade, and it's loading right around 450 milliseconds now for desktop users and a little under 1 second for mobile users. And that was a direct benefit of us upgrading our infrastructure. So I think that's a really cool thing. Our main focus has been on getting these mobile apps out, and it's also been on finalizing all the video services and streamlining the rest of SoMee at the same time. So even though you haven't seen a lot of releases from us over this last month, we've actually done 5 production pushes over this last month, with one major push. I was going to say yesterday, but it was this morning, where we actually fixed a lot of bugs on the service and things like that. Our primary focus going forward is going to be, fixing the companies and groups to make them more streamlined, working on a new user interface for the site so that we're not so blue and not so Facebooky, I guess is what people keep calling it. And so we have a more unique color. I'll let anybody guess in chat, what color do you think we're going to probably go with? We won't tell you. I think it's obvious. And then we've got some new skills that are coming out from some of our team. We're also proud to announce that we have some additional resources joining us for development. We're actually working with our primary SSD team. We've got a few other team that we're going to onboard as well to help us accelerate our development and give us some new quality standards that we were missing before. And the other team has also got a stake in the game. So not only are they going to be developing for us, but they invested in us. So hey, how do you like that? Anything you want to add there, Chris?
No, you're doing great.
Not bad for a guy who's partially delirious. Moving on.
Yeah. I just to interrupt real quick, I granted access for the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Wahid Chamis from Faith Tribe, Faith Connection. It's not allowing him to get in, so
he's here.
You might. He is. Okay. He just says it's not. I granted him the camera and mic access, so maybe just chat him in the SoMee Meet Faith Tribe group. And if there's anything that
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
he's good.
Perfect. Okay.
I gotta log back out and then back in. Sorry. This
excellent.
Chris,
yeah, this is different.
Everything you do is innovative. Like why don't you just use the old shit, man? You're always doing new things.
I know, man. We're trailblazers over here. So great. I'm glad we could get you in. We have your slide coming. So we're gonna introduce the man, the myth, the legend, and then we also have Mr. Alex Salzman as a guest from Visionary. So a couple guests today. And with the current slide, I was hoping to have this deal signed so I could actually announce everything about it today. But I know you guys have been waiting for an update. We talked about it before. There's a $3.2 billion institutional investor that is actually committed to investing in SoMe's Hive SME token, and that's literally days away from being inked. So we can't really say any much more than that, but just want to let you guys know that everything went well. We had some minor changes back and forth last week with the law firm that they use, and that's exciting news because that's really going to put a lot of liquidity into the SME. So excited to announce that as well.
Yeah, I mean, once that gets inked, we get our unicorn status. Yay! Moving on with our marketing update. Now, Bijo is here. I'm not sure if he wants to talk. He can always ping us in the chat if we want him to talk. But we had a lot of marketing stuff go on. We were present at several major expos last month and one coming up as well. We've got a lot of marketing plans on the roadmap with a lot of partners and things like that. But the one thing that we're very proud of is that we had our team at the LA NFT Expo, and they made a lot of great connections. They have these fancy new cards that they can just, they don't have to hand them out. They just go up to somebody and tap their phone and boom, they get to contact each other. It's really cool. And then they made a lot of splash for SoMee there, and SoMee had such a great experience. And then we also have LA Tech Week coming up where SoMee is going to be invited with that. And one thing I did not add in here, Chris, we also have RTE coming up too. So we'll be at RTE as well. And that's with Agora and video services.
Yeah, that's amazing. Agora, yeah, we should have had that on there. We've been invited to speak at the RTE, which is a big event in San Francisco. And Agora is our partner for the video services that we use. So our live streaming services, we initially had built all of this kind of with ourselves and then decided that we could accelerate a lot of things by pivoting to a partner like Agora. And if you're familiar with another app called Clubhouse, which probably everybody here is, Clubhouse also uses the same partner. And so we're in good hands here with Agora, and they've asked us to speak at their RTE conference coming up. So that's really exciting. Give us some great exposure to be speaking with other notables from like LinkedIn and other social apps as well, probably Clubhouse. So it's going to be very cool to be part of that. But the LA NFT Expo went very well. And we could probably show some of the next slides because I think there was a recap of slides. Yeah, there's Nick and Bijo attended that. And you can keep going. That's the welcome sign. They had DeLorean there in the 88 Lounge. And that's Sully. And Sully also attended on behalf of SoMee. It was very exciting. So met lots of different projects. And it was just an amazing time. We actually are talking to like 3 or 4 of the various projects now. And also a couple of investors that met the team as well at the expo. And I got to give my hats off to Alex at Visionary because, and I'll introduce Visionary here coming up, but Visionary really is a organization that connects, companies like us and connects to just a connector. So we, basically got connected to a number of individuals through Visionary, and Visionaries are a partner as well now. So very excited to participate in that. So go ahead and back up. Next week, obviously LA Tech Week. That's something that's coming up, and there's a number of different investment firms and just technology firms that are going to be part of that. And you got to enroll and then pick and choose the different events that you want to attend, but everything's getting really filled up very quickly. So if you don't hop in there quick, you don't really get access to certain events. But that's just the way it is with some of these. You have a lot of high-end technology companies and investment firms at that one. And then the CMC Crypto Magazine, I guess that's the next slide. So I'll just cover that, which, we had a double page spread in the last month's, and we went ahead and just reran that in this month's. And basically, it's the Crypto Mag. Apparently, they've been saying that they're outselling Entrepreneur Magazine 3-1. So they're hearing from their retailers like Walmart and different ones that it's just flying off the shelves. So they're going to be distributing, and they're primarily in Europe right now, but they're going to be coming to the U.S. as well. So if you haven't gotten your copy of that, I think we'd posted the link on social media. You can check our, one of our channels and grab that. So yeah, this is the ad that we ran. We had the team that came up with several different versions of this, and this is just. You want to talk about this, Phil, because you were kind of instrumental in this one.
So if you guys have ever ran a magazine ad, you'll know that it's all about show. It's all about mystique, or it's all about just big message. And so one thing that, we at SoMee pride ourselves on is protecting our users and making sure that your information isn't shared. So we wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that, hey, you've got this social media app out there that's there to protect you. So the left-hand side, social media making billions off all their users, but on the right-hand side, we give you that mask. We give you that protection to be yourself online, which is what the concept was here. In the magazine, it looks so dang cool. Right here, you just see the actual image that we submitted. But on the left-hand page of the spread is that left-hand side of his face. And on the right-hand side, which the next page over, is the right-hand side of his face. So when you open up the magazine, it's the full spread where you get to see the whole image. It looks really dang cool.
Yeah, and the QR code, obviously, people could just open their camera, scan the QR code, and then we actually get a lot of data ourselves when people scan it, and it takes people to a landing page, and then there's also was a contest page that we ran, and CMC asked us if we wanted to do that. We said sure, and they put us right on the front cover with a lot of exposure on the actual front cover of the magazine. So really excited to be part of that. So with that said, I'll introduce our Visionary founder, Alex Salzman, who is the CEO of Visionary. And Visionary really just brings together entrepreneurs, executives, capital advisors, allocators, public figures, and experts. So we're working with Visionary in kind of a multifaceted approach where we've had a number of arranged meetings, and also I think we're getting ready for on the marketing side as well. So Alex, thanks for being
here. Howdy. Hey, everybody. Nice to join in. High five, Chris. And nice to see your team there. So yeah, good to join in. Just on sort of a Saturday brainstorm and, having some fun with SoMee from the inside. Glad to be here and throw some thoughts into the mix and such. So my perspective, I guess, I think the fundamental is SoMee has come up with a gamification and a intersecting model. And I've worked in Web 2 and building networks, both social networks, business networks, value exchange networks in my career. And Visionary is an example of that. But I built a blog engine that used keywords, kind of a citizen journalist platform called Rethos. So a lot of it was, how do you incentivize people who are cause inspired to take action? And out of, when I was a humble university dude, saw the rise of Facebook, how simple it was and how much it captivated a target demographic with a viral proposition that led its potential to sort of land and expand. So I think I understand deeply when a venture has the ingredients of loyalty, virality, and monetization. And to some degree, that's the paradigm of social networks. It's a extreme business model where you are evangelizing your own users, and your own users are the product. So it's one of the few business models that has, if you get it right, kind of very dramatic growth because of those variables. And you don't, it's difficult. It's not always easy to get that alignment. And it seems like SoMe's well on its way. It's frankly, I think the fact that it, as you really dig into the business model and the economic incentives, the fact that it is a bit, you have to sort of dig into it a bit, is the power of it, because it's not obvious on how to sort of get the boost package and the different incentive structures right. So I commend you that you guys have, rolled it out just like Facebook had its sort of very simple value proposition from the outset. It seems like the idea of content creators being almost like members. I think in the same way we have a membership network and we know who's our inner circle and then who's the rest of the participants. So it's a very similar, interesting analogy that I look at it, that you kind of have like a cooperative where your own members are kind of, putting their chips in the ring to say, on the table, I guess I should say, to buy in with the boost. And then that gives them the ability to start earning and to get the upside. And as this liquidity partner comes in and suddenly that new milestone's reached, all your early supporters can get that sort of that critical liquidity reward. So you get that flywheel. But I guess for the AMA purpose, I think it's really in where maybe I can be supportive in some way, answer questions or take it offline, is I think it's a great fun business model, and it's the true potential is everyone listening into the AMA, if the model is potent enough, should find a way where they can be an active participant to earn, to gain visibility, to be on your next AMA. So I guess that's where I hope to be helpful, is the same way we've kind of gamified our arranged meeting network.
Yeah,
I see
and that's a good segue, because with Visionary, we see such an alignment that we're talking about potentially integrating in, because in Visionary, there's an access credit system that the members use, much like SoMee, where the SME is for the content and the likes and the upvoting. And of course, you don't necessarily have to buy a package to earn. If somebody's already powered up, they're going to upvote you. But with the access credits, it would be interesting. And what Alex and I have discussed is maybe the potential of integrating the access credits in, so that could show up in your wallet. And if you want to participate with Visionary, we would do a special implementation for their group on SoMe. So it could be a catalyst where we could work together as we get the flywheel going, and as we really start scaling up and integrating in projects into this, because this really is social and DeFi kind of combined together. And it's very powerful when you amplify DeFi at that scale, and these types of business dynamics like Visionary and what we're doing at SoMe. So we're super excited, and Alex is off to Dubai, I think, coming up here. So we're obviously planting our flag with him, and he's representing SoMe in Dubai and elsewhere. So we're excited, really excited to have the partnership, Alex.
Thank you. I'll here to double down. Anyone who's listening in who wants to gain access as you support SoMe, we'll double down and support your goals. So here to be helpful.
Yeah, we have a Q&A section. So if you want to hang out once we wrap up the rest of the presentation, I'm sure some people will have some questions about how it works, and hopefully you can answer some questions.
Cool. I'll post our survey. Take the access survey, and I and our team will know that it came from this AMA.
Yeah, let's get that link in the chat.
Cool, we'll do.
So thank you for that. So welcome, Visionary as a partner. Next slide, Philip.
Well, next slide, and then next slide.
Okay. Well, here's the LA Tech Week. Anyway, that's you can go to the next slide even. So that's happening from the 15th, and obviously A16 Ounce, who Andreessen Horowitz and team will be out there. In real life events with the VCs and the startups. So we're really glad that we were asked by an investor to have a couple team members there. So we're going to have a small presence out there, and let's see what happens on the VC front. But there's a lot of different parties, and an official closeout party hosted by Mantis VC at the end of the show. So perfecto. Next slide. Okay, so actually, let's go if we can. Let's something got mixed up where we should have had Wahid with Faith Tribe, and I'd love to introduce him. We can go back to Hawk, if that's okay. There we go. Okay, so on this AMA, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Wahid Chamas. Wahid, thank you.
Hey, buddy, how are you? So great, Chris.
Good, man.
I apologize. I'm out. I'm on the Greek island Saturday night. Is my
Don't
audio okay?
apologize for that. That's amazing, man. I wish I was there with you.
Is my audio okay?
Yeah, no, you sound great. You look great.
All right.
Obviously, you're enjoying yourself out there, but just
Trying.
thanks for popping in while you're
No
out,
worries. Look,
out and about.
I want the message to be loud and clear why I'm so passionate about SoMee. I own a private equity firm, and we are very well ingrained in real life businesses. We have 37 companies. A third of them are in fashion and fashion tech. But Faith Tribe is our first blockchain project, and now we're doing a lot more. And I'm bringing a lot of the other companies in my ecosystem, leaders in on-demand manufacturing for the likes of Farfetch and the most prestigious digital studio, etc. I'm bringing them to bear to make our company work. Now, this is not about Faith Tribe, but it's important to tell you what we're doing. We are a 22-year-old company. We are a global fashion brand, but more importantly, we pioneered something that kind of makes sense today and made less sense 22 years ago. We pioneered 22 years ago open source fashion. What does that mean? It means that designers from all walks of life, independent designers, actually participate in our brand creation, in our collections, etc. So when NFTs kind of took off and the whole Web3 digital art and digital fashion phenom took over, we found ourselves very ripe for tokenization. And so we are an example of a Web 2.0 company completely pivoting to Web 3.0. And in a nutshell, and I'll shut up about Faith Tribe in 1 second, what is it that we're doing? We're an ecosystem where designers come on. They may just choose us to register their IP, their ownership. What took thousands of dollars to do with lawyers and what have you now costs $25 on the blockchain with us. They could use us for minting their NFTs. They could use us for creating, the tags that we put on physical clothes. They could use us for physical production. We've got factories. We've got development. We sell them on e-commerce sites like Farfetch on an exclusive portal that we're building. We also obviously sell them on our pop-up stores in the metaverse. So we're in a business in a box. All our competitors are either the Gucci's, the Balmains of the world, etc., or they are digital-only wearables. We're the only guys kind of trying to cross that bridge between the digital and the physical. And the partnership with SoMee is so powerful because SoMee is also, in essence, taking a Web 1.0, Web 2.0, now going to Web 3.0, social media empowerment. I truly believe social media is going to be decentralized. It's very centralized today, just like fashion. Fashion is a very egotistical, very high tower industry, and very few people control it. It's a $3 trillion industry, whereas independent designers that have no access to leather purchasing or pop-up stores or independent e-commerce websites or whatever, they struggle every single day. And to be able to decentralize fashion is very important to me, and it's the mission. And so partnering up with SoMee is important because fashion cannot exist today without social media. That might sound like no shit, Sherlock, but in reality, that's kind of new because fashion, which is only 15% independent, 85% controlled and centralized, used to live off of Vogue and centralized magazines that told you exactly what to wear, when to wear it, and how. Today, people want customization, individualization. They want control of their product. They want on-demand manufacturing. They want not to be told what to wear by Vogue magazine. They want to be inspired by the people they like watching, etc. So the interaction between my world, fashion, and your world, social media, is could not be more profound. But I need you. I need SoMee. I need the users. Why? Because you're not going to be boosting Louis Vuitton. You're not going to be boosting Gucci. You may like that, but Gucci doesn't care. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing the next independent designer phenom. You're going to be boosting that person. You're going to be commenting on their wearable, their creation, both physical and digital, not just digital, but also physical. you're going to be commenting on their pictures on Paris Fashion Week or Milan Fashion Week or New York Fashion Week. And if we succeed, and out of these emerging artists come, some quote unquote unicorns on the fashion side, it'll be homage to your community that really helped boost them and made them well known. Those are my prepared remarks. Happy to answer any questions and very excited about the journey.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Wahid. And I'm so excited to announce that the Faith Tribe FTRB token will be integrated into SoMe as one of the first tokens to be integrated, along with SME and Hive, of course. And there will be a basket. So when I said social and DeFi, you're going to see other tokens like Faith Tribe, and it's an exclusive deal with Faith Tribe to come in and empower fashion creators. So when Wahid was talking about that empowerment and how you as the social media audience and the fashion audience, you're going to be able to go to their page on SoMe, and you'll be able to participate in empowering fashion creators in a special way. So we have that integration coming in the future. Obviously, we're just getting started right now, so we're super excited for this partnership. And thank you for being here, Wahid, and taking time out from the Greek islands there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Want to talk about Hawk Media now?
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah, no, thank you. The next announcement that we had is that on the marketing front, that we brought on a firm called Hawk Media. I know it says your outsourced CMO on the front of their page, which they have. Hawk Media is probably one of the fastest growing marketing companies in the United States. They're scaling very rapidly because they're very good at what they do. And the owner, Eric, actually looks for different, specialized companies that really fit with their brand, and then he purchases them. So he purchased a partnership affiliate system, like a 20-year veteran team that are some of the biggest and best and brightest in the industry. I don't have a slide for it, but basically, if you look on Hawk Media, you'd see it. But you can see some of their clients there: Red Bull, Proactive, Alibaba, Diamondback, and many others. And they're going to be running our entire partnership program, and basically bringing in massive amounts of affiliates who we don't really call it an affiliate program. We call it influencer or partner program with SoMe, because we don't do the whole multi-level thing. But everybody today who attended, we put out an announcement. Anybody who attended today, all you have to do is go to your SoMe profile, click become influencer, and as long as you note that you were on today's AMA, we'll approve you as an influencer. Otherwise, we're just going to keep it exclusive to our kind of program guys over at Hawk. And what Hawk does is they're going to get us published in major publications all over the place. So they're going to get us published in, like Rolling Stone, or they have many other publishers that are well-known publishers in the tech world and out there. And basically, we're able to get published, and then they publish our partnership link or influencer link, as we call it sometimes. So we're happy about that. We have a plethora of influencers that are onboarding. We have great partnerships that are going to be sharing to their audiences. One of our partners, as I've been talking about, has 70 million wallet holders, and these are already cryptocurrency enthusiasts that they're going to share to. And so we're literally days away from relaunching the mobile apps, and then we want to get the party started and start to have that going. So we're getting things arranged with Hawk. We have an existing kind of system in place that we've used in the past that works well, and then we're actually going to be replacing that system with another kind of more advanced system that will allow us to scale. Hawk Media took a look at it and recommended that we do it, so we're going to do that. But in the meantime, we'll just get the party started where we're at, and then we'll get ready for all the scale. And that shouldn't take us too long. Maybe I think a couple weeks of integration to get that other full system up and going. So in the meantime, we're just waiting for the mobile apps. But please, click to join the program, and there's instructions there to, like I said, it's just on your profile page on the left side menu where it says become influencer. You'll be automatically approved. Just put in the notes that you were received approval from attending today's AMA.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome sauce.
So much stuff covered in there. Now let's go to this slide. Mobile apps.
Yeah, mobile apps.
So yes,
Excellent.
this is a screenshot from our mobile app. Well, it's a screenshot, but I put it in a frame, so it looks like it's in a phone. But this is our mobile apps. Now, right now, they're in approval process for the store. If you guys have never had an app approved by Apple and Android, you don't know the pain. But they're in approval process in the store. So we hope that they're going to be approved over the next few days. If everything goes well with them and we don't have to change anything, Apple and Google have their own requirements for things. So as soon as they're out and approved by them, you guys will see them in the store. You can download them, be happy. They do include the Power Boost features because we did wait a little bit longer to release them to the review process so that the Power Boost packages were included. And video and service editions will actually be added after the release. So you guys won't have the same video services on mobile as you do on web right now, because we'll be integrating native video features into the native apps using Agora, which is a slightly different process, but you'll get a lot better experience with the app. So that's coming after the release. And again, those will be approved by Apple and Google in their own time. It could take anywhere between 2 days and 2 weeks, depending on the review process. So I don't want you guys thinking that we don't have that. Now, Chris, did you join this on your phone?
It prompted me to download the app, which I did. I believe it was the viewer. So let's see. Let me see if I can go back in and view the session now. Showtime, open up.
What we're going to try to do, guys, is show you the app on the phone, if he can actually get to share his screen here to do it.
Yeah, it's just unless Bijo, I know Bijo has access. Unless he probably has that. He's on it on his phone. He could probably do it.
Let's ask. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Bijo.
Mine's just got me in a loop opening the app, and it's not. It just goes back to. This is really weird.
Yeah, I think probably what's happening is there is just not going to let you present because you're already presenting here. So
Yeah.
that's probably what the issue is. I tell you what, everybody, I don't want you guys getting bogged down in the fact that they're just pending review. That's all they're doing. I'm actually going to record a nice video for everybody, and we're going to put it on our Twitter for everybody to see. We'll also put it on our official SoMee social site and in our Telegram. So right after this, we'll record a brief video showing what the mobile apps look like. Then you guys can see those. I apologize we didn't have it for this presentation, but Zoho doesn't always make screen share for mobile easy.
Yeah, it was a bit of a last minute also with our infrastructure upgrade. So Philip normally, when he would have had all this arranged, was working with the infrastructure team till 5 a.m. this morning, getting our infrastructure upgraded. So which we needed to do very very much, but yeah, that kind of delayed getting these little technical details set up, but. We will record that after this, and then we'll just upload that with a copy of our AMA or just a separate video to social, like Philip said.
Yeah, we'll put it up on Twitter. I'll probably put it up on YouTube as a separate video so people can see it. That way everybody has it. That way you guys aren't missing out on anything. But yeah.
Yeah, I would expect, hopefully, like you said, it's 2 days to 2 weeks, but I would expect that we should have, this week, the mobile apps released regardless, so people can just download them.
I'm sure it'll be this week. Our reputation with Android and Google is actually really good. We don't have any complaints on our apps. We don't have negative star ratings or anything else like that. And the last time we tried to get an app approved, it only took them 2 days to review. So I'm pretty certain it'll be fairly quick. But I always say 2 days to 2 weeks because their approval times vary.
Yeah.
But anyway, so those are the mobile apps. We're going to go on to our next communication. Our primary partner, Hive, wanted us to review the community standards with everybody. And really, we've had a lot of conversations about this in our main Telegram chat, on the SoMee official website, on Twitter, on a few other services as well, because people just don't understand that when it comes to social media, authenticity is everything. Facebook has those standards. Twitter has those standards. Instagram has those standards. We have those standards. Hive has those standards. And honestly, who doesn't? If you're going to be online posting something, be authentic. Be yourself. And so, one of the community standards that we always talk about is authenticity. You need to be yourself when you're posting. Don't copy other people's stuff. Don't try to make money off of their efforts unless you're referencing them or donating it to them or whatever the case may be. Fraud and scams, plagiarism, all those things are rather looked negatively upon in communities. And now when you're earning cryptocurrency and you're trying to, game the system or post copyrighted material that doesn't belong to you, and that's not fair use, that's not fair to the copyright holder, that's not fair to the community, that's not fair to the blockchain itself because that puts it at risk. So we always tell people to be authentic, you know, give citations where they're due. If you're using somebody else's work, if you're just posting a link to this really cool article that you found, talk about why it's cool, then post a link to
Mhm.
it. Just be honest online. And that's one
And
thing
these
that
are
I
all
wanted to
right. And
cover.
these are all, just standard things on any social media platform. Where it differs, obviously, is that, now you're earning value for a post. And if it's somebody else's image and, the watcher system that's on the blockchain, if they find it, like we have no control over that. They're just hunting that content down and it'll cause a problem. So we don't want there to be issues with you, with any of our community members. We just want people to be able to post freely, to post the right content so you can monetize it. It's original content, and then everybody's happy. And that just keeps things really clean. But we have to follow all the other, standards that and rules that generally any social media platform would have. We are decentralized. We are for freedom of speech, and we are for user control. So, um, so I'll hand it back to you, Philip.
So as we
Good
say,
stuff.
our community ideals are standard, whether it's on Hive, whether it's on SoMe, whether it's on Polygon or Cardano or any other side chain that we implement. Our community ideals are standards. You have the freedom of speech to say whatever you want on the platform, as long as it's not like something that's against our terms of service, like, child pornography or, showing dead bodies because you just killed somebody. That's probably frowned upon across the world. So don't post those. But you do have freedom of speech. But one thing that we always want to tell people is that while you have freedom of speech online, that doesn't mean you have freedom from consequences. Just like in every community, there's going to be the community censoring itself. Social content moderation is how fairness on social media changes. So as people use Hive, as they post on Hive, the community upvotes, they downvote, they comment, they report, they do whatever they can to make sure the community stays safe and stable. And so, like I said, you have the freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean you have a freedom of consequence. So be cognizant of what you're posting. And also, when it comes to SoMe and when it comes to Hive and all the other services that we use, governance is like the key thing. SoMe has a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO. Hive has their decentralized organization as well. If there's a change that you want to see on SoMe, or there's a change that you want to see on Hive, or any of the other services that we use, make a proposal on the DAOs or on the DHF for Hive and see what the community says. If the community agrees with you, then it's going to change. If they don't, then you'll get a lot better information about why that idea might not work. But understand that our ideas are to give everybody a free voice, an equal voice without censorship. And to do that requires everybody to work together. It's not just some little central Nazi regime controlling what you say. That's not how we work. To that
Yeah.
end, we also want to talk about the primary moderation for social media with Hive. And that's a service called Hive Watchers. Now, Hive Watchers doesn't really do anything via automation. There's no AI monitoring it, with one exception. All the images that are posted onto the Hive blockchain do go through what they call CSAM, and that is checking for child pornography and abuse against women. So if they see those type of things, they tend to flag those images for review. But otherwise, Hive Watchers here, they check for everything from comment spam to identity theft, everything you see in that little orange box there. But they never act on any of those things unless users report the account. It's not a proactive service. So if you're sitting out there and you're using Hive or you're using SoMe, and all of a sudden you noticed your post was banned or it was downvoted for whatever reason, Hive Watchers may have been involved if somebody reported your post. And if Hive Watcher says, yeah, your post doesn't meet one of these community standards, they'll downvote you with a dust vote. And a dust vote means it's not going to take much away from your earnings, like maybe a penny. And then they'll explain what the rule you broke is. And you'll see that on SoMe now with external content. But you have to understand that when it comes to Hive Watchers, they're there to protect the community. They're there to protect the blockchain. They're there to protect the value of the HBD and Hive token itself. And they're there to protect you, because you've got to protect yourselves from these people that would be adversely using the system. Is there anything that you wanted to say on moderation here, Chris?
Just that over time, and as Wahid Chamis alluded to about decentralized social media, that we will be fully decentralized eventually. It just takes time because social media, with all the complexities of voice, video, data, is different from just a ledger like Bitcoin, for example. So with all the complexities, that's why we ran into the issues last year that we had when we reached 2 million transactions per day on the blockchain, and why we had to reconfigure things for a hyperscale Web 2 and with a Web 3 sidechain implementation, so that we could actually, implement things over time. So it's SoMe, social media evolved. And we like to say that we're evolving social media from Web 2 to Web 3, and it is an evolution that's taking place. So eventually, a lot of these rules and a lot of these things that we're talking about here that are being moderated by, Hive Watchers and different things, slowly but surely over time, it'll be more and more decentralized, and it'll put more and more on each individual user to make those decisions, what nodes they're going to connect to, what information they want to receive or send. And it's going to be a different configuration, which is on a roadmap, but it just takes time. And we have like a 5-year roadmap for that. So
yeah,
just, in the meantime, this is the world we live in, and we're doing our part the best we can to empower you as a community. When there was some issues that came up, we immediately, reprioritized several development sprints to, for example, show external content from the blockchain so that people could see the comments or anything that was happening. That's almost done and should be live, I think, this week. And we reprioritized other things as well, so that it would give, the proper notices to people and just let them know what's going on, so that, they're not surprised. And we also prioritized the fact that if somebody was demonetized on Hive, that they can still receive our SME, on SoMe, to empower them and empower our community. So we're trying to take steps just to make sure that you guys are feeling supported, but also, we just ask that you do your part as well, that you're not spamming, you're not plagiarizing, that you're, just posting your content that's quality content, because really that's the best way to monetize. And you don't need to, rip an image offline or something to post it, because it's so easy just to grab your own content and create something very quickly that's quality, that that you can get upvoted on.
And with that said, Hive Watchers isn't the only one that does content moderation. The difference between Hive's content moderation and Facebook's, for example, is Facebook's is completely centralized. They have humans reviewing absolutely everything their AI shows them. And these humans are making their own decisions on whether or not something should be allowed. And most of the time, there's a lot of mistakes that are made with that type of moderation. But with SoMe and Hive, it's all about decentralized content moderation. And when we put our own moderation services in place, we allow you as the community to say whether or not something violates a policy or whether or not something is controversial or what the comments should be and fact check and all that good stuff. So we're adding all that capability to the service. That way you as a community member can truly be a member of that community. Because it's not just you posting online, it's you posting to the community. And we want everybody to feel like they have a voice. With that said, if you are banned or you're added to a spam list or you're not earning HBD, you might want to know why. And so the really good thing is if you are added to the spam list over on Hive, you'll still be able to earn SME. That's not a problem. You'll be earning the primary reward token without an issue. You may not earn any Hive as per Hive's request, but you will earn SME. If you feel that it was unfair or unjust, you always have the ability to appeal that. If you were added to a spam list or a block list unnecessarily and we can prove it ourselves over at SoMee, we'll go to bat with you directly to Hive and get your name removed immediately. We take care of our community, but we do want you guys to understand, like we said when we talked about the community ideals, freedom of speech isn't freedom from consequence. You do have to be cognizant of what you post online. All right, let's go to staff changes. We're going to talk about this guy first. Well, we're not going to mention any names. So who could it be? We have a coming soon announcement on 9/3. We have a gentleman who has been working in the industry for quite some time coming on as our chief technology officer. This person is here inside of the chat with us today listening to this AMA, but we're not going to announce his name until our September 3rd AMA as we're doing the onboarding and training right now, but they have a ton of experience. Chris, did you want to talk about this person without revealing too much?
I think you've said enough to keep the mystery. If I say anything, I'll probably give away some more clues. But I just wanted to say that we're really glad to be able to have this CTO come aboard. He's got a tremendous amount of experience on the technical side, also on coding, and has a lot of the skill sets that Philip has. And Philip, obviously, we'll have cover this on the next slide, but Philip is moving into our COO position because, as you all know, he handles so many areas of the operations and touches so many different areas aside from technology that we're going to move him into the operational role as a COO of SoMee and then bring on the new CTO. So we're super excited to be able to announce that. And congratulations, Philip. Thanks for all your hard work. You're just amazing, working for us all the time, interacting with the community, helping with the marketing team, helping with the technology, the devs. Our DevOps last night working until 5 a.m. in the morning to upgrade our AWS infrastructure, and then being here to support us on the AMA. So we're lucky to have Philip, and we're excited about our new CTO as well.
Oh, well, thank you very much, boss. I appreciate the promotion. I'll look forward to working hard for you. Wait, I already do that.
Absolutely.
I look forward to continuing what I do right now. Just kidding. So this is now your time to ask questions. We're like 5 minutes early to our Q&A section here. So if you have any questions that I haven't already answered, please go ahead and add them to the QA section. If you're not,
I have a question.
What's your question?
Where's the cat? Because I was just talking
taking
to him.
a personal day.
Oh, okay. I did not know that because we were talking just before this, but I didn't realize that he wasn't going to.
So he said in chat that he was having some mental health day. He wanted to just take time and relax and all that good stuff. He registered, but he decided not to show up because he wanted to take a personal day.
Got it. I wanted to get to Mr. Chalmers has a hard stop, obviously. So if there are any questions for Faith Tribe, Faith Connection, I believe you guys can see them at faithtribe.io.
faithtribe.io, Real Faith Tribe on Twitter, and Faith Tribe on Telegram.
Yeah, and then Faith Connection also is Wahid's long time. That's Faith Connection, CONNEXION.com. And that one is, obviously his brand that's been around since I think 2014 or
year 2000.
2000. So yeah, so been around for 22 years as an established brand. And I mean, you guys have been out there in at like Paris Fashion Week and been involved heavily over the years, right?
Yeah, look, yeah, and but we have a very, very different outlook on fashion and how fashion is going to be consumed in a very immersive way between digital and physical. We think digital only is not going to work. It's just like a fad that gets boring. We think the physical only does not capture really the true spirit of what newer demographics want in how they express their identity and their social life and frankly how they consume their own personal time, right? So we completely pivoted. Faith Connection does exist, still sells clothes. It's the reason why all the big titans in fashion really want to work with Faith Tribe, because they want this decentralized ecosystem to work for independent designers. Independent designers had only one path, Chris, in the past. Only one path. They sent a resume to Yves Saint Laurent or Chanel or whatever in the hopes of getting an apprenticeship, and then maybe someone gives them a chance one day. Now there's no more excuses. If they want to be in business, if they want to register their IP, if they want to do anything on their own, kind of like Uber. If you want to drive, the next day you're an Uber driver, right? You want to rent your house on Airbnb.
Good analogy.
You're in business, right? So here,
Right.
if you are a creative and you want to sell clothes, there's no more any excuses. No one can ever come and say, how am I going to afford the leather? They want X amount, because we give the scaled purchasing, the scaled logistics, the scaled access to social media, the scaled access to e-commerce, and the scaled access to pop-up stores. So like I said, we're in a business in a box. And social media, if I'm going to promote the designers on Facebook or Instagram, that's fine, but it's far more interesting for people to have skin in the game. So when they're promoting a designer, they get paid for it. Facebook is not the one getting paid for it, and they can actually have an axe in making that person successful. So just like we fund our independent designers through a staking program, SoMee is the inverse staking program of social media. That's how I view it. That's why I feel like you guys are going to be a huge engine, and we, to you, are going to be an example of a Web 2.0, Web 3.0 business, fully migrating. That's how I see this.
So excited. I really appreciate the partnership and the collaboration. We're excited to work with you guys. So
yeah. If anyone in the audience has a question for me, happy to spend a few more minutes. I don't know how this works, Chris. Do they?
Yeah, we have a question, kind of a question engine. We've had, I think, a bunch of these answered. Guys, post your questions if there's any questions for Wahid, because he's got a hard stop here in just a couple of minutes. So,
and if you do have any questions after the stop, just email support@somi.social and we can relay your questions over to Wahid as well.
Yeah, and just so you know, there's one utility we didn't talk about as fun. Is we're in modern streetwear. Go to our website, see our clothes. I'm not shilling our clothes, but to the extent that we transport SME and Hive to FTRB, you could use that FTRB to fill your closets with real clothes. Okay, so
ooh, I love
I'm
that.
I'm obsessed with making sure that we touch people's real lives, and that's my biggest problem with the metaverse, is that sometimes it doesn't really go that extra thing. So with us, you can be on the metaverse, you could be on social media through SoMee, and you can wear that jacket to a lounge in a club in real life. And so yeah, it's a very immersive thing. So
I love Wahid. Cool. He's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. We're super excited to work with you, Wahid. And I know that I've been looking into the one question that just came in from Giannis. I've been looking into the Faith Tribe, but can't find much on the tokenomics. If you go, I believe if you just go to CoinMarketCap, you can type in FTRB, and then you can click on more information. It has all of the information to website, their white paper, faithtribe.io white paper. So you can find all the information there.
Yeah, my only issue is the white paper is not going to be accessible to Americans through our website. We are a regulated company. We've been in business for a long time, and we do not. Yeah, we unfortunately had to geofence our white paper download from our website only for American downloaders. So I apologize if your audience is in the U.S., but they can DM me on Telegram. I'll send it, and there's other ways we could get that through.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that. And Wahid, thanks again for just taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good one.
So, guys,
VPN works. VPN works beautifully. Someone just posted that.
But use a trusted VPN, guys. Don't use these cheapo VPNs that are out there. Anyway, so we have reached the 1 hour mark here. So what we're going to do here, so we don't keep everybody longer, is we're just going to go ahead and go through the questions that have already been asked and answered. So we're just going to quickly do that here, okay? So the very first question is, when do you think monetizing videos will be ready? So right now we're prioritizing working on video uploads on the service so that you guys can upload videos and play them on any device and all that good stuff. As soon as that's done, you'll be able to monetize those videos, because during the upload process, if you're posting it to the blockchain, then it'll actually have a link for people to watch the video on the blockchain. So if they upvote or downvote, whatever the case may be, you'll still get that monetization in. So it should happen pretty much right after video uploads are done. The next question that we have here is any release date for the apps. As we did already talk about, those are pending approval from Apple and Android. That can take anywhere between 2 days and 2 weeks, depending on the review process. Our next question is, are you still targeting multi-million users by the end of the year? The answer to the question is yes, with just 2 of our partners. Even if we gain only 1% of their user share between both partners, that's more than 5 million users for us. So like I said, everything from awareness campaigns to marketing to pushes to our partners that we have coming up between the winter push that we have coming for the Christmas season, as well as our main partnerships once the apps are released and all that good stuff, is going to see SoMee just take off like, you know, a rocket, if you want to use that terminology. Alejandro asks, what's the updated plan on the ONG migration? Is there still going to be a token burn? So the big answer to this is you have been, for the last year, able to convert your ONG to SoMee. We're leaving it out open just a little bit longer, as we did promise everybody since the pandemic that we will leave it open till January of 2023. You just have to go to convertong.somi.social, log in with MetaMask, and then you can convert your tokens over. However, if there's going to be a burn of the unused tokens, that will most likely be up to Chris and the community. So if you have an idea on that, add it to the DAO. We can do some proposals on it. Chris, did you want to answer any question on that one?
Yeah, I mean, we as a company, we really don't. I think we've converted ours to SoMee, and so we really wouldn't have the capability of just burning. It's just that there's the contract's no longer active, and everybody's converted over. So it's not, if somebody left their ONG in their wallet, and I don't think we had the capability of just burning anybody else's holdings. So I don't even think we're capable of it.
We're not capable of burning anybody else's holding, just any holdings we have. But at the same time, we can decommission the contract. So we can destroy that contract, which makes all existing holdings basically dust. And that's, I think, what they're asking us to do.
Okay. Yeah, we can vote on that, and that's not a problem. It's really kind of a moot point because we've transferred everything over to SoMee. If we haven't, we better do it before January. But other than that, it's there might be a wallet or two that we have some ONG in, but not much. But yeah, we can put up a vote, and that's a good DAO vote, right?
Yeah, that's a good DAO vote on whether or not we'll destroy the contract at the end of the termination period.
Yeah.
All right, so our next question comes from Knight of the SoMee Roundtable. I know the answer is probably yes, but is SoMee staking for SAT Restored still planned? And is the staking likely to be available for many years? The answer is yes, it's still planned, and yes, it can be available for many years. But if you guys have been paying attention to the current regulatory space in the United States, in the European Union, in China, in Japan, New Zealand, and what was that third country? Oh, I forget. If you've been paying attention to them, you'll notice that there's a huge change in regulations when it comes to staking pools, liquidities, DAOs, and cryptocurrency markets and cryptocurrency trading companies and cryptocurrency loans. Whew. There's a lot of changes coming out over the next 3 months across the world for cryptocurrency. And so what I've done right now is, even though we do have the staking contract ready, we are re-reviewing it with the current regulation scheme and what's going to change over the next 3 months. And I'm postponing the release of it in case anything changes. I need to make sure that we're doing it in a safe way, a compliant way, and a fair way to you. But once we can get all the regulations, solid here in the United States and internationally and all that good stuff, then we'll go ahead and release that staking pool to everybody. And yes, it'll be around for quite a few years. All right, next question comes from Eric. When the app will be on the App Store? I already answered that. When the video is on SoMee only, SoMee already supports live video, live audio calls, live video calls, live chats. So that's already done. Video uploads are being worked on next, followed by short videos. Those should be done in a few weeks. Have you tried targeting charity groups? Yes, we do target charity groups in industry sectors like education groups and all that good stuff. Plus, we have SoMee Cares, which is our own charity where we go out and take some of our revenue and we feed the world like we did in India. So we do charity as well. And will pictures be in private messages? Actually, yes, we have a change coming up for the chat service so that anything that you can normally do on a post, you can do inside of a chat message as well. That'll be in one of our upcoming updates. Whew, that was fun. And I already answered that question. So moving on. Oh, next question comes from Dario. Will SoMee ever separate from Hive? SoMee isn't reliant on Hive, guys. Hive is just a side chain. It's not our primary blockchain. We'll actually be implementing other side chains like Polygon and Cardano and all other sorts of things. So once those new contracts are in place, you'll have the ability to, in your settings, post to whatever blockchain that you're happy with and still be able to earn your tokens as you need be. So there's no reason for us to actually separate from Hive.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about interoperability and being giving you the capability to have more services, right, to connect to. Because one person might not want to monetize through Hive, but they might want to just monetize through NFTs, or another person might want to use Matic or Polygon or earn that, or Cardano or ADA, or Ethereum for that matter. And so we're going to be connecting all of these. That's the beautiful thing about how we have our infrastructure set up, is that we're not reliant on any one blockchain. We're evolving from Web 2 to Web 3 and scaling this up. Eventually, you'll see us launch our own layer 1 as well.
Yes, we actually will be focusing on doing that in the future, just so we can move some of our business logic and our compute logic to a more decentralized structure. And that also will allow us to monetize a little bit differently for people as well, and give us a few different abilities like social tipping and things like that. We're also adding tier 1 monetization, so that right from your news feed, you can go ahead and create NFTs from your posts, from your images, from your videos that you use, and you'll be able to do NFT tipping here in the future as well. So there's a lot of monetization options coming from users that don't want to use Hive or don't want to manage their own wallets. So just look forward to that in the future here. When are you planning to drop the GoFundMe NFT? The GoFundMe NFT is already ready. We're going to be launching that probably the beginning of next month on the Neftix marketplace. We did wait a whole month after we wanting to release it just to make sure that everything on Neftix was good to go. Once we launch it on Neftix, it'll be automatically available on both Neftix and OpenSea for those holders that receive that NFT. That includes the Halloween NFT that we promised to Decent Crypto as well. Where is the influencer registration link? As soon as you log into SoMee, on the left-hand side where it says newsfeed, followers, and following, if you look right below that, it'll say become an influencer. You can click on that, fill out the form. Will there be an option to monetize a post either on Hive or SME? And how do posts determine which one they do currently? Right now, our primary side chain is Hive. So if you monetize with the little checkbox, that goes on to Hive. And because it goes on to Hive, it's automatically indexed on Hive Engine so that you can earn SME. In the future, like I said, when we have multiple side chains, you'll be able to choose how you want to monetize those. We already provided the link to Faith Tribe. And are there any other questions?
Wow, that was a lot. a good job. Running on 36 hours here, Philip. So
I
thank
think
you
at this
for.
point I'm on the level of delirium, so I've got my second
Yeah,
breath.
no, you're just like in a whole nother dimension there. But thank you so much for all the great support. And again, we're so excited about the community, about where we're at, taking it forward with all of the marketing that we have planned and the partners and everything that's happening. Just waiting on the mobile apps to publish, and then we're going to hit the ground running, and we have a lot of things coming. So get ready, buckle up, and get ready to watch the rocket launch.
We've been saying that for the last 2 years. Get ready. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. But here's the funny part, guys. We're there.
We're there. Yeah. It's last year we thought we were there. We ran into a technical thing that really was unexpected. And then we did a lot of work to get where we're at here. Now, we don't expect anything technically to happen. I mean, we have a type of Web 2 infrastructure in place, and the way it's configured. And the testing that we've done, right, Philip,
Yes.
is that we can scale millions and millions of users with this type of infrastructure. So it's like having a Facebook or an Instagram or something, or a Meta and Instagram, I should say. But, on the Web3 side, the Hive implementation, Hive's been battle tested for 5+ years with millions of users, 3-second block times. They're extremely distributed, tons of nodes, and very scalable. So we don't expect to run into the issues that we ran into last year with 2 million transactions per day. Of course, we did recode a lot of our application so that parts of the application that we had previously developed that wasn't the quality of code we wanted is now all third-party verified A+. So all of these kind of dynamics together, A+ React Native code with Symfony backend, which is very robust backend on a hyperscale network on Amazon Web Services with a scalable blockchain. We don't expect to run into any issues as we scale.
None whatsoever. And that's the really cool thing about the infrastructure that we have in place. And the reason why I had to stay up working on it just to make sure it was stable is because when we get all these new users coming in, that system will automatically scale both vertically and horizontally, which means it's going to add new pods, it's going to add new nodes, it's going to add new services automatically to support everybody. So, I mean, that's the one thing that we really like about it. And secondly, we always talk about, we're almost there, but we are there. When the apps are released, we're there. And then we have our new production roadmap and our new production schedule that comes out on the 15th of every single month. We do major updates. Weekly on every Friday, we do hot fixes and all that good stuff. So, as soon as the app's released, you're going to see updates to that app constantly with new features coming in to match web, and you'll see new updates to web and mobile go out at the same time. So we're already there. People can start using SoMee even right now. As soon as the apps are released, they can use it mainstream. So really, what we guys have been waiting for almost 2 years is just here. So just be patient with us. And
the beautiful thing too on the business model side, and I have one more thing to say before we end, because I wanted to give Alex the opportunity to for anyone to ask questions or to at least post the visionary link in there if we haven't already done that. But one thing I was going to say about the business model is that, with SME, with this big institutional provider coming in and guaranteeing, 50 million in liquidity into the token, and with, the configuration of the power boost packages. When we sell a power boost package, we're not actually selling the token, right? We just lock it on the blockchain, so you can see the delegation happening, and that keeps us compliant. We're not selling the token. We're delegating the voting power. It's literally the definition of a utility token where you have to earn it for the content likes. And for the people who sign up as the partners or influencers on SoMee, you'll earn, I think it's 5 or 10% of the upfront package purchase. So anybody that clicks your link that comes to SoMee, you're going to earn a percentage whenever they make a purchase, if they make a purchase. We don't require anyone to make a purchase, but we have a certain kind of metric that we measure of the amount of people that do make purchases. And that's just going to make you guys extra money up front. It's not upfront, but it's like 1 month after the purchase, so it'll show up as a payment to you in USD. And so we're working with Hawk Media to roll out that whole program. So you guys will be approved. You guys will be signed up. You'll be earning that. Plus, everyone's earning the utility token on the network. So it's a great model for growth because a lot of the affiliates and people and partners, they like the model, and it's just extra revenue stream, kind of a no-brainer for them. So it'll spur us to grow very fast without a lot of out-of-pocket expense for SoMee, and it'll help the community. So all those kind of metrics together will help people and be able to bring a lot of value back to you. And we take, a big percentage of those power-up purchases as well, put it back into the token. So then there's plenty of liquidity there. When you guys do what you do with it and swap it to ETH or swap it to Hive or whatever, those are bigger liquidity pools that are sitting out there that you guys, so it's like us being able to give you the opportunity to go from our pool or our pond into a lake, because there's tons of, I think Hive last week had a day where they had like 800 million in 24-hour transaction volume. And of course, if you're going into ETH, they have like 19 billion or 20 billion in 24-hour transaction volume. So it's like an ocean of liquidity out there. So it really does help us. It takes the pressure off the company, but it really empowers you as creators. And that's what we want to do, is get this engine started. So I think we have a really good opportunity here between the scale, the liquidity, and all the partnerships and everything that are happening. It creates great dynamics.
Well, that is our AMA for July. As we said, we did push it to today, but we want to thank everybody for coming and answering your questions. If you have any additional questions or you need support, you can contact us at support.somi.social. If you have any business inquiries or wish to partner with us, email us at business@somi.social. Otherwise, visit our website at devs.somisocial.com or, just use SoMee. Join us again next time on September 3rd. And thanks again for joining, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. And don't forget to check out the Visionary link and answer the questions on there. I think we posted that, didn't we?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Alex, for being here.
Yep. Here to be helpful. Good deal.
Appreciate it.
Chris, I made you the trainer again. You can go ahead and stop the broadcast.
Okay.